Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Nadya Karimah. I am a student of English Education Department at State Islamic University, Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teachers Training. This is video made to fulfill an extensive reading assignment 2015. Okay, here I want to explain about my review textbooks. The title is An Autobiography of Louis Armstrong here, and I will tell more about his life and his story. His story. Okay, start from here. First is this is Louis Armstrong, about 40 years old, with his drum or with his flute. He always bring it to the event or a concert. And Louis Armstrong was the greatest of all jazz musicians. Armstrong defined what it was to play jazz. His amazing technical abilities, the joy and spontaneity, and amazingly quick, inventive musical mind still dominate jazz to this day. But only Charles Parker comes close to having as much influence on the history of jazz as Louis Armstrong did. Like almost early jazz musician, Louis was from New Orleans. He was come from a very poor family and was sent to reform school when he was 12 after firing a gun in the air on the New Year's Eve. And at the school he learned to play cornet. And after being released at the age 14, he works selling papers, unloading boats, and selling coal from the cart. He didn't own an instrument at this time, but continued to listen to the bands at clubs like Funky but Whole. Okay, next is this is Louis Armstrong when he was young, and he is active almost 50 years from 1920s. You can see it, 1920s until 1970s. And he was born on August 4, 1901 in New Orleans, Los Angeles, America, and he died on July 6, 1971 in New York. His genre of the music is jazz vocal, and there are several styles that he make. First is Dixieland early, jazz New Orleans, jazz vocal, jazz swing traditional, pop jazz instrument, and drum jazz. I don't know exactly what is the styles of those, but I think he can make the lyrics change to the style, this several style. Okay, besides Louis Armstrongs, he also known as Daniel Louis Armstrong, Louis Armstrong, or Louis Daniel Armstrong. He is member of Lil's Dreamland and Syncopators Lil's Hotshot, and he was active in the club, and he make a pioneer to the jazz musician at the time. And then this is flute or flute. When it comes jazz, Louis Armstrong figure cannot be released for granted. There have been many papers. He truly phenomenal today. This flute almost Louis used to make a concert or even events, and now it puts on the museums of Louis Armstrong museums, because his money he dedicated to make a museum house in New Orleans, in the place of his born. And if you visit to New York, don't forget to visit Louis Armstrong museum house at there, and you can see many collection of Louis Armstrong, and it was original. Okay, next. This is the chronology of Louis Armstrong House Museum. As I told before that Louis Armstrong has has much money because of he was a pioneer at jazz musicians. So after he became poor people when he was childhood, and then he become rich, and he dedicated his name to make a museum house. And this is the chronology. At 1910, the house, this is the sketch, just the sketch of the house. The house designed by architect Robert Johnson is built by Thomas Daly. Maybe it is from in front of, if you can see from in front of the sketch, but now it clear, it make it clear. And this is a 1930s to 1943, the earliest known photo of the house taken 1940 by the New York City Department of Texas at the Parts of Progress Administration. Okay, and this is 1943, the house in the 50s. It is known exactly when the clapboard sidings put on. And you have known that this is like an apartment. Newlyweds Louis and Lucille Armstrong purchased the house and make it their permanent home. Lucille Armstrong is Louis' father's, and this is Louis Armstrong bedroom. And Louis Armstrong passed away on July 6th while sleeping in the master bedroom at 1971. Okay, and then this is in 1976, the house in the mid-70s after the Armstrongs covered it with bricks. And this building is the Armstrong's home, is declared a National Historical Landmark. Yes. Next is in 1994. This is Lionel. You can see this is Lionel Hampton and David Gold, President Louis Armstrong Educational Foundation, cut ribbon together. And after 3 years of processing and cataloging, the Louis Armstrong archives opens to the public on May 24, and Lionel Hampton is the musical guest of the honor at the ribbon cutting. And next is The last 2015, Jake Bradley with Louis in Chicago, and the foremost private Armstrong collection in the world. Maybe Jake give the award to Louis about his achievement, and complete by Armstrong's friend and photographer Jake Bradley is acquired thanks to a grant from the Louis Armstrong Educational Foundation. Okay, this is the last of life Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong died. Armstrong became known as America's ambassador in 1963. Armstrong scored a huge international hit with his version charge, and Armstrong's health began to fail for him, and he was hospitalized several times over the remaining 3 years of his life, and but the continued playing and recording. On July 6, 1971, the world's greatest jazz musician died in his sleep in his home in Queensland, New York. That's all his historical from the poor family until he famous in American district. Okay, for further reading, you may read these sources, and thank you for watching. Give your comment if you need. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.